Greetings to everyone in Internet land. This is Jeff Caird of No Name Publishing, and today we're going to demonstrate our game of Snakes and Foxes. So what's the game of Snakes and Foxes? Well, this comes from Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time book series, and in the novels, the game is a children's game that's played by one of the main characters, Oliver, and he is very obsessed with this game, although adults don't think very much of it because the game can't be won unless you cheat. As it turns out in the novel series, the game is the key to entering the world of the Aelfin and Eelfin, the snakes and foxes, and this proves pivotal to one of the plot lines in the novels. And as it turns out, the game actually can be won. So this is No Name Publishing's representation of the game. It can be won, although it takes quite a bit of luck and skill to do so. So we're going to show you how the game works. So the board that you see is a printout of the board that's available through the files on our website. And the board is the web of the world of the snakes and foxes. And the purpose of the game is that the players enter the world in the center of the web, need to move to the outer edge, and return to the center without being captured by the snakes or the foxes. And movement on the web is either direction on the blue radial lines, and then counterclockwise on the red circles and clockwise on the blue circles, or green circles. The game pieces, you have black pieces for the players, markable 1 and 2. The game can be played with 2 players or with just 1. Then there are the white pieces that represent the snakes and foxes. The foxes are marked with triangles, and the snakes are marked with wavy lines. And there are 8 each of snakes and foxes, and they begin play alternating around the outer edge of the board. So we'll place all of our snakes and foxes here, so that we could demonstrate how the game is played. There's our 8 snakes and foxes. And then the last element of the game are the dice. There are 6 six-sided dice. And we've made our own specialized dice here that have 2 markings on them, dots for the player's move, 2 wavy lines for snakes, and 2 triangles for foxes. Although the game can be played with standard 6-sided dice, where a roll of 1 and 2 represents a move, 3 and 4 represents a snake, and 5 or 6 represents a fox. So, okay, how do you play the game? Well, if you follow the novels, first you make the sign in the air of the triangle bisected by the wavy line of the snakes and foxes, and recite the magic words of courage to strengthen, fire to blind, music to dazzle, iron to blind, and you're ready to play. So players alternate turns. Each player rolls a dice, counts up the number of dots that they get on their dice rolls, in this case 1, so player 1 can move 1 space either in or out on the radial lines or around the center. And then the number of snake or fox icons indicates the number of snakes and foxes that each move 1 space. And so that you start with the snakes, in this case 5 snakes, that are closest to the player, and each one will move 1 space. And we didn't roll any foxes, so no foxes move. So then player 2 rolls. Player 2 gets 3 moves. 1, 2, 3. And no snakes, and 3 foxes. 1, 2, 3 closest foxes move. And you just guess, or you can count spaces if you're not sure what's closest. And back to player 1. Player 1 gets 3 moves here. 1, 2, 3. 2 snakes, 2 closest snakes, and 1 fox. 1 fox there. All right, back to player 2. Player 2 gets 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. 2 snakes, 3 snakes. 1, 2, 3 snakes. So play continues in this manner until either one of the players successfully reaches the outer ring of the game and returns to the center, and once you get to the center until the players are caught by the snakes and foxes. So when a snake or fox touches the player is captured and his or her game ends. So poor player 1 doesn't get any moves, attracts 1 snake and 5 foxes. Player 2. And so we'll keep playing here until the game either ends or someone manages to escape. Poor player 2. 4 snakes and 2 foxes. Will player 2 escape? Player 1 is getting so close to being captured. 2 moves by player 1. 2 spaces. 2 foxes. 1, 2, and 2 snakes. 3 foxes. And 1 snake. Player 1's close, but notice that the fox can't move clockwise on the red circle. To capture player 1, this snake can only move counterclockwise. Right, player 2 gets 4 moves. So player 2 is going to try and take an opening back to the center. You can move either direction on the radial lines. 2. 3. And 4. 1 fox. And 1 snake. Player 2 has opened up an avenue that maybe player 1 can escape. Player 1. 2 moves. Player 1 will go 1 and 2. Player 2. Player 1 has 3 snakes. The snake is now chasing player 1. 1 snake. The snake can't go around. You can't occupy the same ground. The snake will come inside, and 1 fox. In this case, it could be this fox or this fox. They're the same difference, but the foxes are smart. We'll try and box player 1 in. Now, one option is you could have player 2 move player 1 snakes and foxes, and have player 1 move player 2 snakes and foxes. That makes the game a little bit more interesting and adversarial. Player 2 has 4 moves. 1, 2, 3. And probably doesn't want to move there because we'll get caught. So 4. 1 fox, closest fox. 1 snake, closest snake. Back to player 1. No moves for player 1. Player 1's in trouble. Let's remove the snakes first. And player 1 is captured by a snake. So only player 2 is surviving the game. Alright, player 2, let's see if you can escape. 4 moves. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 snake and 1 fox. So this snake can move clockwise on the green, and the nearest fox is here and might move outward to try and catch player 2. So player 1 is no longer there, so player 2 just continues to play. Player 2, move a 2. 1, 2. Player 2 has successfully reached the outer edge of the board. Now he just has to get back into the center to possibly win. And there are 4 snake moves. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Player 2 goes again. 4 moves by player 2. 1, 2. Note that the outer ring is blue and allows movement in either direction. 3. 3 and 4. And 2 snake moves. 1 and 2. Getting dangerous. 3 player moves. 1, 2, 3. No snakes, 2 foxes, 1. Let's see. Here's fox, 2 foxes. Again. 4-player moves. Can't escape going that direction or this direction. So the player's going to have to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. We drew a little box. You can't move into one space and back another, but in this case, moving around the circle is okay. 1 snake and 1 fox. So closest snake, closest fox. Player 2, he looks like he's trapped. Move 2 spaces. No choice, 1 and 2. And player 2 is captured by a snake. So there we are. That's the game of Snakes and Foxes. Go ahead and head out to our website. You can download the rules, print out a set of game board and game tiles, make your own, and enjoy the game.